Hello and welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath, an intuitive card reader, and a visionary as well. And I'm here today to do the general weekly reading for the sign of Leo the Lion. All right, let's get right into your shuffle. This is a general reading for those of you that are new to the tarot community. These readings are free. They may or may not resonate with you. This is also for Leo's sun sign. Check out your moon signs, your rising signs, with my other videos as well. I don't keep pop-outs. Doesn't mean I don't get curious, though. Well, any of those are meant to show up. They will, and I will make a point of saying that if they do pop up again. Okay. Yes, check out your moon sign, your rising signs through my other videos here on Bay of Fundy Fortunes. They may resonate more with you than your sun sign will. Not only that, I say, why shortchange yourself? If you know what your moon sign and your rising sign is, your sun sign is, watch all 3 videos. Broaden your horizons. Maybe something in there you'll get more than what you bargained for. Actually, never know. All right. What is coming up for the week of September 24th through to the 30th for the sign of Leo the Lion? This general weekly reading. I'm going to start scratching now. The nose will go next. My eyebrows are itchy. Oh. No, I don't have fleas. Do you see me wearing a flea collar? I wear them on my ankles. No, I don't. I get in a really, really, really good mood, and it's very, very selfish for me when I get towards the end of the free readings for the week, because the only one left after this is Virgo. So I'm starting to get that uplifting feeling of I'm coming down the other side of the mountain, because I've been climbing the mountain on the other side, and it's been a long haul. These readings take a lot of time and energy. Anybody doing them, I can't speak for other readers. This is a labor of love. This is where I feel that I get to just be me. You guys get the best of who I am. I get the best of who you guys are too when I get to know you guys and everything. So, but this is a labor, but my heavens, the work, the hours that go into it, you know. And there's the private life that goes on outside of the channel. I mean, you still have to live your life and try to get these done too. These take up more hours in the run of a week than a 40-hour paid job would, literally. To do the general readings, Leo. To do the general readings for a week for 12 signs takes anywhere from 60 plus hours to put together. That is the truth. That is, I swear, the truth. You know, and you may get a private reading or 2 out of that, or whatever comes, what may, and, you know, there's your payoff. The people that it touches, big, huge payoff, stuff that money could never buy. So, this is for Leo. Sweet lioness and lion Leo. Again. All the cards that popped out, that's 4 now altogether. They're all good. Maybe this is indicative of a really good reading for Leo. I hope so. I hope so, for their sakes. Yep, this is it. Here's your cards, Leo. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. All right. Oh, interesting for your very first card. Eight of Cups. Change. And that's the first of your week. The middle of the week. Oh, come on. This card. 4 Cups. Boredom. Boredom. I'm so bored. Third, no. I thought I was going to get like really good cards. Should have went with those other cards and picked 3 out of those 4 pop-ups. That's what I should have done. 5 of Swords. Conflict. Leo. Although I can say I've known some Leos in the past, and they had to have conflict in their lives all the time. That's just the type of personality that they were. If they didn't have something going wrong in their life, and nothing was going right for them. It's what they were used to. I don't know. I think, well, I know of one that got excited over conflict in their life. They loved it. They thrived off of it. They fed off of it. Not the nicest person, I can tell you that. But one of those situations where it's kind of like their relatives, so you kind of have to tolerate them and put up with them. Yeah. Anywho, Eight of Cups, change a huge, big, big, big. When this card shows up, some big changes coming up. For it could be one thing, but it's going to be big. It's going to have an impact for sure. This card indubitably brings change to your life. Could be for the better, could be for the worse. Could just be change, and not neither good nor bad, but just difference and change. For some of you, though, this is now the beginning of this week. It's the right time to take your leave if you have had plans or put plans in place on leaving home, leaving work, leaving your life, leaving a relationship, a situation, a group. It's time to take your leave. Pack up your little briefcase and your boxes and quietly go. Some people in your life knew this was coming, so it's not a shock and it's not a surprise. And there'll be little drama to contend with. There won't be big emotional scenes going on one end of the scale or the other, be it good or bad or something in between the way people react when they find out that somebody is taking their leave and they're walking away. But it's time to move on now. For some of you, now's the time. Any plans you had are no longer delayed. They're no longer on hold. You've been quietly constructing this in the background. Or, Leo, the other side of that is there's been something going on in the background that you were not aware of, and now it's going to be pushed to the forefront that affects you completely. Brings this change in your life. Like I said, it could be good, it could be bad. Even if it's something negative, something good will come out of it. Can guarantee it. That's my promise to you. And that's Tarot's promise to you. And that is Spirit's promise to you. And that is the universe's promise to you. That ride out that storm if it turns out to be something negative, because there's something good. There's a rainbow out there at the end of that trail for you. You've already committed, you've already have severed some relationships, said your goodbyes, it's all been taken care of, and you're moving on. As you walk away, so says Tarot, you'll take one last look over your shoulder at your life and what you're leaving. You will say a very quiet goodbye. As Pink Panther used to say, exit, stage right even, right? There's a journey ahead for somebody. Somebody is going on for a change of scenery before coming back and making a major decision about their lives. Some are going on vacation, some mini vacations, and just a short trip away here, a short trip away there. Somebody's trying to, what is coming through is somebody's trying to not change the status quo of their life and the people that are immediately in their lives, like spouses or mates, family members. So they're taking short trips away here, weekend there, 3 days in the middle of the week, trying to find the fortification to remain where they are without making any changes. For some reason, they're feeling that these little breaks away are giving them a better perspective, giving them breathing room, as a matter of fact, taking me time so that they can come back into what is their life and handle it in a good way and in a healthy way. And this could become a habit for somebody that you're going to say, I'm never going to leave. This is never going to change. Everything's going to stay the same way it is. But what I can do is I can take little breaks from it when it gets to me. And some of you are going to be doing that. The advice of this card, hear it loud and clear. And it's really, really simple, Leo. All you have to do is follow your heart and move forward with whatever it is that's going to bring you joy and happiness. You have to live with you in your life. You've got to make yourself happy first. It's just the way that life works. Your keywords are endings and departures, journeys, movement, transition. And that's life transition. Travel and vacations for some. So that's at the beginning of your week. I'm hearing more than active movement and acting on these things. There's more plans going on. You're planning these things. You're thinking about them is what you're doing. I keep looking out the window because it's one of the last beautiful days of, I still say summer because it's very summer-like here this weekend. The sky's blue and the tide is almost full. almost high, all the way in. The trees look green. They're just starting to get a tinge of yellow. Sorry to break out like that, but I'm just sharing that with you. It's a good feeling. It's a good vibration. It's a good energy. I'm sucking it right in through the windows, the open windows. Bring it in. Bring it into the reading. Let me see the beauty in this reading for Leo. Four of Cups, all about boredom. I never get bored. That's a word that is not part of my vocabulary unless I'm reading flipping tarot cards. Then it comes forward. I love, you know what? I got like two sides of my life. There's part of my life that I absolutely detest and I don't like, and I'm helpless to change it. I have knocked myself out trying to change that side of my life. Then there's the other part of my life. That's basically where I am physically right now, where I'm sitting here with you guys, and I can look out, and my heart and soul reflects back at me over the beautiful cove, and the bay has come in, has brought in the highest tides in the world into my backyard. There's eagles out there today that are hunting for food. The seagulls are all getting excited. They're hanging and circling over the cove because the tide is bringing in food for them. Probably those little green Asian crabs. They're only about that big, and the seagulls love them. And I feel the spirits that walk here that are part of my ancestry too. Now that I know this, not in my lifetime, but from before. And I bring all these elements in. That's why I say living here inspires me, and it keeps me in touch with the ether, with the netherworld, with the esoteric, with spirits and nature. And I read somewhere something beautiful. It was something about how nature is our soul, and our soul is nature. That's why when we walk into nature, especially if you don't live next to nature the way I do, where I live and breathe it. It's there every literal second of every day of my life. I'm surrounded by everything here. But for those that are not, that have to find a green space to go to, people are drawn to that. They're drawn to the water. They're drawn to the trees, the wildlife, the birds, because there is a soulful connection. So when we just take this, because I lived in the city almost most of my life, and I always craved that. And when I found that spot, I got so desperate for a while. I used to walk to a graveyard, and I hated graveyards all my life. I despised them. They scared me. I didn't like them. That was a fly that just walked across the camera. Fly the hell out of here. Jeez. I knew they were going to make it on camera eventually. It's fly season here, and they're desperate to hang on to life, but they're slowly dying off. At nights it gets cold, in the morning it's cold. But I used to go to this graveyard. It was called Fern Hill Cemetery, still there in the city. And it's beautiful in there if you can look past all the death and the headstones. There's a lot of history there. It goes back to one of the first fathers of Confederation is buried in there. It's just a fantastic. But the whole park, I forget, it's something like, oh, I don't know what it is. It's over 100 acres, and it's all fully treed. And the trees are old and they're gnarly, just what you would expect. And there's a lot of crows and ravens and this kind of thing. And there's fox that run through there, all kinds of wildlife, deer and everything. And I craved nature so badly that I would find, and I found a little, you call it like a little cubby hole almost in the woods one day. I just seen this dark archway in the trees. And I'd been up there many, many times and never spotted it. And I was like, what the heck is that? So I walked towards it, and it turned out that you could walk into it, and it opened into a space. And there were big slabs of flat rock that were about 3 feet off the ground that were on either side of it, almost like they've been deliberately placed there, but they weren't. They were part of that landscape. And you could sit there on them like they were a bench. And it was a hollow that was completely enclosed with trees and leaves and quiet and beautiful. And I craved that. It did this sense of, oh, I'm alone. I can smell the trees and the earth, and it's so peaceful in here, and it's so quiet. And it fed me, and it nourished me. And when I went back home, I felt stronger and revitalized for it because my soul connects to that, and so does yours. It does for everybody. So I try to bring all that into a reading. But some of you with this card, you're feeling dissatisfied right now, and you're bored with like everything across the board. You're bored with everything across the board. You know what I mean. You've been bored for so long, and that's brought on a lot of negative thinking. Locking yourself down like that, it's like being on lockdown. You can't, there's the other thing about nature, it can stop you up. You can, I'm just shooing that fly away. He just wants to be the next Superfly. Remember Superfly? Let's go back to the early 2000, like 2000, 2001, 2002. Superfly. That was a Joe cartoon character and hilarious. This guy's trying to relive him. Don't come and ask me who's your daddy. Get out of my life. Anyways, I can't kill them either. Where are all the bugs coming from? Oh my God. So some of you are so completely bored. You brought all this negativity in to your life. You've not only let it open, you've invited it into your life. What the hell? Think about that. The boredom is stretched and is overflowed like a bad third world disease spreading into all areas of your life to the point where now it's not just boredom anymore. Nothing good ever happens to me. Nothing good's ever going to happen to me. I don't believe in a good life anymore, a better life than this. This is as good as it gets. I don't believe in a better job. I'm so bored with my job. I don't like the relationship I'm in. That is like super boring. And I'm never going to have a better relationship. I'm never going to have a better job. I'm never going to have a better life. It's always going to be boring. I'm so bored. Stop it. Right there. You are manifesting this. This makes me pissed off because the ones this applies to, you take a damn good look around. You take off those glasses that you've been viewing the world through lately and take a real good, long, hard look at yourself. Yes, you have a right to feel the way you do at times. That's your reality. I'm not saying don't do that. Like, if you're feeling sorry for yourself, fine. But you don't allow yourself to drown in that. Maybe you do need to have something to compare your life to. Look at people in their lives, other lives. They really have nothing. That struggle just to survive, damn it. Struggle to put a meal together once a day if they're lucky. Having coffee in the morning is a huge thing. What about you? You have all that and you're bored with your life and you have no belief of a better life? Try walking in someone else's flipping shoes for once that doesn't have a roof over their head. How about that? How about somebody that's suffering with a bad disease like cancer or something along those lines? How about that? Your life seems so boring anymore. Your life seems a little too perfect, maybe. That's the problem. Time to re-examine your life, Leo. All right? And remember, people, don't get mad at me. This is a general reading. So, you know what? If you're getting really mad, that's because it's flipping hitting home with you. If you didn't care and you weren't reacting to what I'm saying and what Tarot is saying here, then, it isn't, right? You just move on. Just say it's not for me. For those of you that are getting emotionally upset with this right now, and some of you may be, I'm just assuming, I don't know that. But stop and think before you go biting the head off of Tarot, off the channel, or off of me. Think about what I'm saying to you. It's hitting home if it's stirring up emotions in you. That's the God's truth in your face. End of. These readings have been really heavy. The majority of them, Tarot's been doing, in Spirit's been kicking some reality butt through the readings. I can't even apologize for that. It just is what it is, right? There have been, I think, 2 readings that were all right. They were hopeful and they were all positive. They were great, beautiful, wonderful. The rest, I don't know what's going on, but it's almost like reflective of the state of the world right now. Everybody needs a reality check. Tarot and Spirit are here to do that. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the medium. I'm just the tool. That's all I am. And my gifts, they come from the universe. They come from the Creator. That's for you flipping fanatics out there. Take your time somewhere else. But this is where some of you are right now. The advice is you need to get out and you need to force yourself to look for inspiration. You were given the gift of life. Now take the gift of life and start using it. Live it. Live your life. Say, okay, I don't want to stay this way for the next 40 years of my life. I don't want to be bored with everything. You know what? Maybe Tarot's right. I just forced myself to go somewhere today. Let's pick something different. Make sure that you're well fed, you're well dressed, that you're comfortable, and all your needs are met. And then pick someplace random, someplace different to take yourself and spend the day. You may be surprised when you come home how different you're feeling, that there's a revitalization, something stirring in you. It's called living, all right? So you need to look for inspiration. You need to renew your faith that can bring you what you need, because you do need some things brought into your life. Ask the universe to touch and motivate you and to stir you and bring you back to life. Okay? Keywords are stagnation, see, despondency, disillusionment, self-protection, a need for change. But here's the two big things, what I'm feeling, and I was saying this before I even started to read literally from tarot, and that's a sense of stubbornness and rigidity. You need to lighten up a little bit. All right. Last card, Five of Swords. Conflict. Conflict. All right. When this card appears, the overall meaning is that there could be an argument that's pending. This is a telling of the future. So there could be an argument that's pending for you, or conflict that you've been through that's making you, the card, so says tarot, leaves you feeling battle worn. When you walk away, you're feeling like this, really, really small. A sense of you faced confrontation, you didn't back down, and that was the right thing to do. But you were in a no-nonsense mood, and I'm not suffering no fools today kind of a mental space. And when this person, and I'm feeling that you knew this was coming, or it was pending, or you've been there with this person before, and you've just had enough. All right? Well, I'm sensing, too, this could be one person, and everybody feels the same way about them, wish they would just disappear. They can't stand them. No one's ever truthful with them. No one ever tells them the truth of their popularity, which is zero, in a good way, and you're probably going to lose it. And you're going to say, you know what, asshole? Because they're going to start with you, and you're going to tell the truth, things that were the elephants in the room that nobody would ever talk about or say. Here's what people really think about you, asshole. You know, idiot, goof. And you're going to hit below the belt. You're going right for the juggler, as they say, or hitting below the belt. You're pulling out all stops, and you're just going to go, wow, and really put it in that person's face. You're going to walk away with the last word while their jaw hangs open and they're completely speechless, and you've knocked the wind right out of their sails. No one's ever dared talk to them like that before. This is a first. So you're going to walk away. You're going to go, why don't I feel good about this? I've been dreaming about this. Putting this person in their place. Why don't I feel good about this? I may have won this fight, argument, and finally this person now knows, and the bullshit should immediately come to a stop. They shouldn't be a problem anymore. But why don't I feel good? You don't feel good about it, Leo, because you never wanted to do that. You don't want to be that kind of a person. You're feeling like you lowered yourself to their idiocy in order to, but sometimes you have to do that, you know. You got to lower yourself so the opposition understands where you're coming from. You have to come down and speak their language. You have to dumb it down in order for them to hear you, okay? For some of you, you could find out that somebody's been going and doing things behind your back. They've been very devious. They've been unkind. They've been cruel. Somebody you thought that you got along well with has turned out to be not a good thing at all. And it's all comes down to jealousy. Somebody's very jealous about something that I heard a project that could be going on. And there's somebody out there that's very jealous of the project. They're saying, you had no business doing this, you have no business doing that. What are they doing that for? I don't think they should be doing that. They can't afford that. They can't. And it's just point, judge. That's going on behind your back, so you need to be aware of that. Put your feelers out. This card also shows communication problems in families for some. Hurtful oppositions are being unfairly ignored or overruled, are highly rated here. Good side of this card, though, and all that being said, so says tarot, is all the stuff. Everything is now out in the open. A few surprises come up as well now that everything's been unearthed. We'll put it that way, and brought to your attention and your knowledge. Advice of the card, stand your ground. There's no need to respond aggressively to anybody, but do be assertive rather than retreat. That feeling small, you'll get over that down the road. This person will think twice before ever tackling you again and thinking they can get away with humiliating you or attacking you or belittling you or others. They won't even do it to others in front of you. They're afraid that you're going to tackle them again. So there's going to be this ingrained fear of there's going to be a lot of avoidance. You won't see or hear much from this person anymore. It's a good thing. Take my word for it. Your keywords are opposition and argument, shame, bullying, unfairness, and resilience. Leo. You will always bounce back no matter what. All right, you're very one of the, I find when you need to be aggressive, you can be aggressive. Out of all the signs, I know them. I know people like that are Leos, aggressive and assertive, on both ends of the scale. Take the bull by the horns. Got you now. Don't mind being up front and center for a lot of you as well. Anyways, thank you very much for being here. I hope that you took something from the reading. If it doesn't resonate with you today, come back at the end of the week and see if anything hit home at all. Because it's hard to remember. I know for myself, the odd time that I have the time now to look at other readers so I can see what my reading for Cancer is going to be. I have maybe three that I listen to, and I just adore them. Everything, the way that they present, all of that. I don't mimic that. I got my own thing, but I like their readings, and they do resonate with me at times. But I lost my train of thought. I always worry about that. That happens. I'm getting old. I'm allowed. Shut the hell up. Anyways, thanks for being here. If you like this reading, you'd like to have something private and specific just for you, I do offer that service. The information for that is found down below this video window in the Show More section. Please read through once. You see my email there. Grab it. I use that for everything. Ship me off an email and get you taken care of pretty quickly. Also, thank you to all subscribers across the board. Unbelievable. I just never know what to say to all of you, really. Thank you so much. I love being here with you guys, and I hope that you enjoy the readings as much as I enjoy putting them out there for you. Also, thank you to the subscribers that have flown into Bay of Funny Fortunes on Facebook. It's a closed, private group, and you're safe in there. It's full of like-minded people like me and just like you. A lot of support, a lot of learning going on, a lot of the stuff that matters in life that makes us better people. We're not a bunch of flakes or powder puffs. We have our feet planted firmly on the ground. Normally, we're the most real people that you'll ever meet. That's if I had to describe most of the people in there, they're the most real people you will ever meet. They won't tell you, if you've been attacked verbally by somebody, don't pay no attention to them and let it go. They'll say, I don't blame you for being mad. That's what you'll get from me. I don't blame you for being pissed off if something like that happened or whatever, but it's a great group and you can leave anytime you like. The services are free. Also, just to say as well that I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, one moment. So yeah, so you can come into the group. You can also find Bay of Funny Fortunes on Facebook, well, just Facebook and YouTube, Blogspot, Google, and Twitter as well. And let's see here. I think that's about it for now. I do. I think that's it for now. Yes. Well, if you're ever looking for me, you can always find me right here in Bay of Funny Fortunes or walking on the beach down below along the water's edge. That hold the mightiest, highest tides on the whole planet, the beautiful and bountiful Bay of Fundy. I'm a tide freak. I love the tides. I watch them come in and I watch them go out. But what excites me the most is the high tide. Therefore, if you're ever looking for me, you can always catch me waiting on the next high tide. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy your week. See you back at the end of the month for, oh my goodness, October monthlies. Hope to see you back then. Enjoy your week. Bye for now.